everyone, welcome to the New School Kitchen. I am here today on this beautiful Wednesday morning with my friend and mentor, Gabby from Make Your Perfect. Gabby helps moms find more fun.
We're doing spaghetti squash today because what's more fun than spaghetti? Like, it makes you think of your childhood.
That's true.
It's like all American. You can slurp it up. I'm going to teach you a way to make it so it's actually freaking delicious.
I'm game.
Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you're going to cut it horizontally. This is the hardest part. So a lot of people say they don't like cutting spaghetti squash because it's really hard. You gotta like really dig in and you gotta use your muscles and power, and like once you have that power feel, I don't know, maybe you get like an adrenaline rush from doing this.
I can get behind that. That's good.
Yeah, so you know what? I stick my knife in first.
Okay.
And make like a cut that then it splits it a little, and then you can work in that cut you made.
So the spaghetti's gonna be longer, isn't it?
Yep, so everybody thinks you're supposed to cut the spaghetti squash lengthwise,
yes,
and that it looks long, but the strands go this way around it, so this makes it have longer strands.
Long paschetti, as I used to call
like, so
it.
now real twirlable instead of, because otherwise you get these inch-long pieces, and you're like, this is just mushy worms.
All right, so as Gabby preps the rest of this, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the work that I've been doing with her and get into this fun concept a little, because this is important in the kitchen. Having fun, lightness I call it, but it's essentially having fun as a way to improve your New School Kitchen experience, to not hate your life when you are cooking, and to not dread the act of nourishing yourself and your family. I don't know how to have fun. Really, and I've told a couple people, they're like, that's nonsense, you're so fun. And I was like, no. Me being fun for you to hang out with doesn't make me able to access my own fun.
You said to me, you were like, I think work is fun.
Yes.
So there you go. You do know how to have fun, but then you said to me, but I feel guilty for working all the time.
So I'm allowed to have my fun be work.
You're allowed to have your fun be anything you want, yes. So by the way, this is one of the keys to making your spaghetti squash not mushy. Salt it pretty liberally. So I just made 4 rings. They're like 1.5 inches or whatever wide. And I am going to rub salt on both sides and on like the inside, and then we're going to leave them to sweat out the moisture. And you're going to see it makes like tons of liquid comes out.
So that's why it ends up so gross and mushy. All right, sweat it. Now tell me about automating the sucky stuff.
So whenever I cook, I try to clean up as I go as much as possible.
I totally don't do that. Okay.
So because there's times like you have to heat. Heating up the pan. I will make like my kids' entire lunch for the next day while I heat up the pan. I cook
Love that.
3 times a day pretty much. So I am not a bulk cooker. I don't like freeze stuff in advance. I'm often cooking fresh meals.
Yep.
And so I'm heating up the pan like 3 times a day. So 3 times a day, I have 5 minutes to either like clear the dishwasher, make the kids' lunches, clean up what is
out. So you're using your time, I think this is what I'm getting. You're using your time better so that you have more time for fun.
Yes.
Well, who doesn't want that? So we're setting this aside.
For 20 minutes. I think if you do it for too long, it actually makes the strands like too tough or something.
20 minutes.
20 minutes is
I'm
good.
setting a
Yeah, what
timer.
time it is. What time it is.
That was fun. All right, what's next? What are we putting on this spaghetti squash?
Okay, so I sometimes do the spaghetti squash with the red sauce, like tomato sauce.
Right.
And then I'm like never quite satisfied.
If the substitutes don't work, make your own new fun thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So for me, fun things are condiments. Condiments are fun, like they're dippable, they're like drizzleable.
Yes.
Drizzling
and they
is
add
good.
that burst of flavor.
My favorite condiment lately is cheesy cashew sauce.
Yes, please.
Without cheese. Dairy-free though. So
cheesy and cashewy. So that's our first condiment, and you said there was another tangy one?
this is for flavor, tons of flavor, but more so than the flavor, I am obsessed with the color of pickled red onions.
Yes. I love it.
Fun flavor. And the freaking color, I'm serious, like bright fuchsia, magenta, you can't get over eating something that's like beautiful.
Color is fun.
So you want me to tell you something, like a little honesty?
Yes, we love honesty in the New School Kitchen.
Yeah, I like secrets. I'm all about mommy confessions. So I love to eat, and I love to eat good food. And if I do stuff like I have in the past bulk cooked. So I make egg muffins, and the first day they are like so amazing. I line them with bacon and spinach, and they're delicious. And the first day they're good, and then I put them in the fridge, and I take them out, and I'm like, ew, why am I eating a sponge?
You don't like leftovers.
So eating leftovers isn't fun to me, so therefore the act of cooking fresh food that I can eat and enjoy every single time makes the act of cooking fun. So I'm enjoying the eating. Which
You
makes
enjoy
me
the
enjoy
eating
the cooking.
so much that you're willing to do the cooking without attitude.
Yes.
Oh, I love this.
I chopped up an onion, and this is a good way to get rid of like an old onion.
And a red one or a purple one.
Yeah,
Color.
yes, because of the color. Honestly, it probably would taste the same, but the color is huge. So I mixed a 1/4 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. You can use red wine vinegar for even better color.
Oh.
And just a teaspoon of maple syrup.
You can use honey too, probably, right?
Probably. I feel like honey would have a stronger flavor. We're going to set it on high until it boils, and once it boils, we'll set it to medium, cook it for like 5 more minutes, and then pull it off the heat. So we have 2 cups of cashews. If you have a Vitamix, you don't have to soak them, although honestly, I have found that they taste better when I soak them for like 8 hours, like
Soaked
overnight the day
nuts
before.
are just, and any of you that are working on gut healing, any of you that have digestive stuff, soak your nuts.
Soak your nuts. Yeah, all right, now I'm gonna do like Rachel Ray style. Doesn't she put things in her hand?
Yes. What is that?
I'm putting a handful of nutritional yeast in here.
If you've not used your nutritional yeast, it adds an umami flavor, which sort of like a Parmesan, like a rich cheese could do, but makes it dairy-free. It's not cheese, but mixed in a recipe, it can be cheesy for sure.
So then there's some lemon juice. Honestly, now I don't even remember if it called for lemon juice or not.
But you know what? My opinion is that you can never go wrong with adding a little bit of an acidic component to something. And you can leave a seed in a Vitamix. It'll just pulverize it.
Really?
Yes.
It doesn't get like bitter?
Nope.
So then I'm going to put in like a tablespoon or so. I'm seriously eyeballing this.
I love it. It's going to be good.
Of apple cider vinegar. All right, so I'm going to start with, I guess, probably like a 1/4 cup that I'm going to throw in here.
Perfect.
All right, I'm turning it on. Ready?
What do we got?
We've got the cashew cream, but I think I added like 3/4 cup of water.
Oh my god.
It's
So
nothing.
it looks a little like hummus, but it is not hummus. It's really rich and creamy and thick in a good way.
You can make it a little less thick, but so I've heard people refer to this as like a substitute for mayonnaise, a substitute for cheese
Oh my
in a
God.
quesadilla.
I could eat this straight.
Oh, it
It
browns
browns?
well. I've used it on lasagna, cabbage leaf lasagna. You put it on top of like the cheese and it browns, and it's like the best consistency.
Okay, so this is not a cashew sauce. This is like a cheese substitute.
Yeah, I would say.
Oh, you dairy-free people are gonna love this. And if you're nut-free, I'm sorry, I don't have a variation.
Tahini is not a nut though. Tahini, right, is sesame seeds. So if you can eat seeds, we talked about how we think this would have a similar flavor with tahini. If I did it with tahini, I would probably add miso in addition to the nutritional yeast to give it extra cheesy flavor and counteract that bitter.
You can even add miso to this. If this was in my refrigerator all the time, buy the spoonful, you guys.
The onions have been boiled, so once they hit the boiling point, we turned it down to like medium low, and they just simmered for a little bit. And now look at the color. Oh, you can't really see. It's not.
I'm having fun, you guys.
Oh my god! This is kind of how we started our relationship.
Yes.
7-8 years ago.
Yep, our babies were babies.
And we used to get together and we would cook breakfast.
And we'd always make pancakes for the kids and us.
And bacon.
Lots of bacon.
And that's how we got started. Like, we started hanging out in our play dates. We would feed ourselves and the kids would play around.
Yep.
And then I started my business to figure out how to have more fun as a mom because I was not having any fun.
Because you needed to figure it out.
Yes!
Heck, I needed to figure out all my food and kitchen stuff. That's why I started a business.
So condiments are made. All that is left to do now is cook up these suckers and put this in a bowl. So I keep my pickled onions in a bowl. I remove, is this bowl clean?
Yes. I would make a huge batch of this. You just keep making it like once a week? How often do you make it?
Yeah, like once a week.
I would just make a huge batch and put them all in a mason jar in the fridge and leave them in the liquid and make it last like 3 weeks.
I feel like you're right. The liquid probably preserves it. All right.
It does. That's what I do with my pickled radishes. I gotta get this away from me. I can't stop eating it. You know what? The flavor is good, but I think what's really appealing is the creaminess.
It's so creamy.
When you lose dairy, you lose that like coat your mouth creaminess that's so satisfying. And a sauce like this gives me that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right, let's do the squash.
So I'm just squeezing the water off of these and making them dry. And yeah, there's still water on this rack. And at home, this is a broiler rack. Like, I think everyone has one of these. They come with every oven.
I never use this thing. This is like you're supposed to broil a steak in the oven and put this on top and let all your juices drip to the bottom. And then the low-fat people used to throw away the juices, but you can take those juices and make them into a gravy or a sauce. Okay, so how long do we cook this?
So this actually has to cook for about 40 minutes. I will show you what it looks like when we are done.
Okay, let's
All
get
right.
it in the
I will
oven.
stick it in the oven so you don't burn your baby.
So we're ready to plate this amazingly fun dish that Gabby has brought us today. What have we got?
All right, so we pulled the spaghetti squash out of the oven, and it's a little brown. Usually when I roast things, I like them really brown, but if you get this too brown, you're gonna get tangled pieces. So you don't want it too brown, but you want it soft enough to tear off of the flesh.
Show us how to tear it from the flesh.
You take a fork, and you wait for it to cool for like 10-20 minutes before you handle it with a hand. This is still a little hot. But you just take the fork, and I'm slowly going around the edges and just ripping it off.
That's beautiful.
With the fork.
It's not soggy at all.
No,
it's like spaghetti. Oh, I'm so excited to eat it.
All right, so you go around all the way. We are putting it on a bowl of some is it dinosaur kale?
Yeah.
And she massaged it with some olive oil. It made it nice and pretty soft. But this adds like another texture. That's the other thing. Too much spaghetti squash, I'm like bored with that stringy texture.
Yes.
So this adds like a chewiness and gives you like a meatiness to chew through. You know what I mean?
So you can put it on top of lettuce. You could use whatever. It doesn't have to be kale, but for you, it's fun to have different textures happening in your mouth.
Yep.
And it's just plain. You haven't even salted. I mean, we salted it a little before we cooked it.
So yeah, I mean, I think that gives it. And then we wiped off a lot of the salt.
It has like bite to it.
Yeah,
and
it's like al dente.
It's amazing.
And it's salty, actually. All right, so then you're gonna scoop however much of this. So Rye's gonna say all of it, but not. Don't use it all up now, or you'll piss everybody else off who wants it later.
Oh my god, it's so creamy.
Right? So like, look at the dollops. All right, and now for the pièce de résistance. Were you gonna say that?
I was gonna say no. Except I was gonna say pièce de résistance.
I mean, right, you add this. He even wants it. He's like, what is that beautiful colored stuff?
Guys, look at this.
It's like fuchsia. There's nothing more fun than fuchsia.
Okay, let's take bites. You go first.
All right, really? No, you go first.
Oh, I want Gabby to tell us as we sign off.
All right.
Why is it important that we have fun? Because at the moment, I'm not still totally sold on this idea of bringing fun into life all the time consciously, and she gave me a statistic that I want you to share. Why do we need to have fun?
So there are actually studies that show that people who have more fun are more productive, are more motivated, and they're more flexible, and they cope better with stress. So it's actually like a reversal. If you wait for the fun, you're never gonna cope well with stress. You're never going to be as productive as you want to do. You're never going to be as motivated as you want to do. And you're not going to have fun because you're waiting for it and putting it off. So switch it around.
The fun will bring you those things that you're trying to do in a stressed out way, sort of.
Yep.
I'm sold, people. Less stress is huge. This is amazing. If you guys don't make this, you are missing out on a vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, real food meal that virtually anyone, unless you're allergic to nuts, sorry, can eat and enjoy. Spaghetti, squash, kale, pickled red onion, cashew sauce, salad, right out of the New School Kitchen, and courtesy of Gabby from Make Your Perfect. Thank you for being here. You are fun in my life.
Thank you for